Right? Right? Y'all just give me one moment. Fucking knew it. My microphone was not at 100%. Because my settings on my OBS are set to be just right. And it was not showing up as just right. In fact, I wasn't even close to peaking, though I am peaking right now. So we'll do that. What about that? There we go. Okay, problems are all done. At least I hope it is. Okay. Oh boy. Stream problems. First time in a fucking month, and I update OBS to version 29.0.2. That's the newest version of OBS. I had been on uh 27.4.2 or 2.4. I don't fucking know, don't remember. I've been on that one for a while because my noobs commander and all my plugins were working properly, and they don't want to work in 28 plus. They changed a whole bunch of shit, and I don't even think noobs commander has even changed or even updated to be able to run on 28 plus. Anywho, I'm rambling. Hello and welcome everybody to the 2.2 the version 3.6 spectral program reaction. My name is Outlaw50D. Um yeah, today, as I said, we're going to be reacting to the version 3.6 special program. Seen a lot of things like NAHIDA is getting another story quest in Act 2. I feel it's a little bit misplaced, but we'll run with it. And yeah, I really don't have much. I've already seen the banner, the rerun banners. Nahida, Nilu in the first half, Baiju Ganyu in the second half. I don't have any interest in both the Leo characters, considering I already have Ganyu. And I just don't want Baiju. He's never been appealing to me. Since day one, essentially. I will be trying to pull for Nilu in the update, but I'm rambling. Let's get right into this. Though, one quick message before we start: if you are finding yourself coming back to the channel and you're enjoying the content, why don't you just consider hitting that subscribe button? I really would appreciate it. And hitting the notification bell, that way you guys get notified for every time I upload or go live. And yeah, that way, let's get right into this live stream.
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence.
The history of dragons starts from the very beginning of Teyvat. Dragon King?
We were victims of the apocalypse. We also became the apocalypse itself.
What?
Is this what they've become after experiencing the apocalypse?
That's got
no
4
one
arms.
can withstand the power of the apocalypse.
Both of you have only existed for a fraction of what you know as time. Yet you call yourselves lords of this land by leaning on the heavens' glow.
Is there any way to avoid fighting them? Hey, wait!
It got fiber. Wow.
Life, death, and the world around us all follow a set of laws. A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the
Kind of
better.
nasty.
Feast your eyes! Watch and learn! Sight clear!
The competition is heating up.
Oh.
And here's Kaveh
Okay.
bringing up the rear.
Huh? Okay, that was probably the weirdest intro to
Nice.
the event.
Awesome! Hey everyone, I'm Zach Aguilar, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version
Interesting
3.6
lineup of
special
VAs.
program. Wow, I didn't expect we'd appear right after the trailer this time. I hope you all enjoyed that. Anyway, we've got a jam-packed program today, and we even have more hosts than usual. So why don't we go around and take a moment to introduce ourselves?
Sure thing. Hey everybody, it's so good to see you all again. I'm Kimberly Ann Campbell, the voice of NAHIDA. I'm so excited to finally be back and share new content with all of you.
Oh, well, if it isn't the renowned traveler.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anjali Gunapaneni, and I'm the voice of Dory. Thank you for always supporting the business of Lord Sangama Bay with your shiny Mora.
And I'm Sean Dury, the voice of Baiju from Boo Boo Pharmacy. Are you experiencing any discomfort? And how many days have the symptoms persisted?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thanks, doctor. But I do have this problem where I am way too obsessed with my cute little chibi. Hello.
Aw, me too.
Anyway, I
Everybody
am sure
loves their
a lot
chibi
of our
versions.
viewers have already seen our characters pop up in the game by now.
True, yeah, you've all been a part of the traveler's journey at some point or another.
That's right, and we'll be seeing everyone again to experience some new stories together in the upcoming version.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. I think we're ready to jump into some upcoming content, like, I don't know, one of our new playable characters in version 3.6. Let me know if I'm saying this right. I think his name is Baiju? Baiju? Is that how you say it?
Real subtle, Sean.
Nice. I'm sure everyone's waiting to see which event wish the new characters will be appearing in. So, let's get to our first redemption code, and in the meantime, everyone will also be able to check out some details about the version 3.6 event wishes.
Sounds good.
Oh, neat. So yeah, Nahida and Nilu first half. I'm definitely gonna be pulling for Nilu. Her mechanic with the bloom reaction, setting up the dendro cores to explode a lot faster, is going to greatly help with my team building. I don't know about you guys, but I am definitely struggling in this current abyss. That fucking The Satek win. The Satek winner. Is that how you say it? I don't know. But the fucking desert worm. That's how I'm gonna say it. The desert worm is giving me fucking hell. It has a lot of resistance and a lot of health. And you combine those two, you get something that'll take a long time to kill.
To pause and appreciate the wondrous scenery along the way.
You're about to collapse, aren't you?
That's a
The
different
doctor will
voice.
see you now.
Oh, that's Chengshun or
Taking a
Chongshin?
turn for the better.
I don't remember how the name's pronounced.
Okay, that snake was awesome. Also, its design totally popped up on Baiju's shield.
Chengshun.
I like that.
Well, I'm afraid of snakes, but Chung Chung sounds so cute.
Yeah,
Oh.
me too. And also, random thought, but isn't Baiju the first male character with glasses?
Oh, wow. I think you're
Oh.
right.
Yeah, I think you're right. Personally, I love his voice. Think it's amazing. Also, you can't
No
go wrong
dirt.
with purple
Not
pants.
biased at
You
all.
really can't. You know what? Okay, let's talk about Baiju. Baiju is a doctor at Boo Boo Pharmacy and is skilled at healing his patients. His abilities have helped Boo Boo Pharmacy make a reputation for itself in Liyue Harbor. But most importantly, Baiju is a gentle and refined physician, and his heart is dedicated to helping the world. He tends to anyone who comes to Boo Boo Pharmacy seeking medical attention, regardless of their wealth or status.
Ah.
Oh, I see. So he's that kind of doctor.
What kind did you think he was?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of thought he might be the type of doctor who does good things, but with his own nefarious plan. You know, like, I can save you.
But for a price.
I guess he
Jesus.
just seems kind of mysterious like that.
Well, I give your imagination some credit, but sorry, he isn't quite the suspicious doctor like you imagined. In fact, he's actually a trusted physician among the people of Liyue Harbor. Everyone prefers to go see Dr. Baiju, no matter how serious the problem may be. But even though he works as a skilled physician, his own condition isn't so great.
I know people say that doctors are the worst patients. Is that the case for Baiju as well?
Well, Baiju's case is a little complicated, and I don't want to give away any spoilers, so travelers will have to check him out in-game to learn more about his story. So, zip, that's all you're hearing out of me.
Okay, well, no matter what happens, I just hope that he'll be able to take care of himself.
Me too. But besides his health, Baiju also has some other troubles to worry about. For example, Director Hu will sometimes put up ads outside of Boo Boo Pharmacy to promote her funeral parlor. On top of that, poor little Chi-Chi is terrified of Hu Tao. So there are some days where Baiju really has his hands full.
Yeah, that does sound like something that Hu Tao would do.
As fate would have it, Baiju's master and the former director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor both studied together under the same master. But the two had differing views on the concepts of life and death and ended up going their separate ways. Their differences were passed down to their apprentices, which has led to Baiju and Hu Tao's different views. In version 3.6, travelers will be able to play through Baiju's story quest to hear some of Baiju's inner thoughts and learn more about this caring doctor.
Interesting. I can't wait to check it out.
In his search for discovering new treatments and cures, Baiju will often choose to test new medicines on himself. As you spend time with Baiju in the field, you can make use of his knowledge of herbs and interact with certain harvestable items, which will heal your current active character.
So, since Baiju is a doctor, I think it's pretty safe to say that most of his combat abilities are focused on healing, right?
Yep, that's right. Baiju's treatment in battle is usually performed in 2 steps. Step 1 is to control a wandering sprite that cruises through the enemies and restores HP to his teammates. Step 2 is to create a shield. When the shield refreshes, ends, or is broken, not only will it provide healing, but it will also deal dendro damage to enemies. Baiju believes that even in a difficult spot, as long as the diagnosis and
it's
treatment
kinda
are
like-
done properly, lives can always be saved.
So it's kind of like Layla's elemental skill, where her shield generates 4 of these little projectiles that'll go in bursts, whereas Baiju's is more consistent, but not as fast per shot. Like, I don't know. His kit seems interesting.
Sweet.
Let's continue.
Looks like we'll be able to try out some new team compositions with him in mind.
For sure. Well, all right, I think that's all we have for Baiju, so let's move on to our next playable character. I bet many travelers already know him well.
I'm glad you gave me a chance. I always think it takes people with similar tastes to sustain a pleasant conversation.
He's a claymore,
Come at
but he doesn't fucking touch it.
breaking new ground!
So from what I'm hearing, Kave's kit
Cool.
Nice.
is really
Okay,
good
okay,
for
okay.
those who want
Did
to
you
take
say make
take
dendro
advantage of
cores
the
explode on command?
original.
That'll be useful for me.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The
and
original
the toolbox,
balloon
he
reaction.
has some cool accessories. I am jealous.
Oh yeah, I'm loving those animations. Super cool.
Okay, so since Kaveh has some connections with Dory, I'll introduce him. Kaveh is an architect and has this keen sense for beauty and the arts that he's developed ever since he was a child. Not to brag or anything, but his magnum opus is the Palace of Alcazarzaray, which is crazy coincidence where Dory lives. And his designs not only provide the required functionality, but also greatly incorporate his own artistic taste, making them feel unique and noteworthy.
Well, he sounds like a genius, so he must be pretty successful.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't quite lead the life of success and carefree spending like you might imagine. It's actually kind of the opposite. He hardly has enough more to survive.
Mood.
Okay, so he's broke. Interesting. Why's that?
Well, it kind of comes down to Kaveh's personality. He's a very perceptive person, so he has this sensitive and delicate side to his character. He also has a strong sense of empathy and can understand the emotions and thoughts of different people, which may actually be one of his sources of artistic inspiration. For example, when someone is trying to sell something to Kaveh, all they have to do is make up some story about how the proceeds go to helping poor children, and he'll practically hand over his mora. Like all of it.
Wow, what a nice but gullible guy.
Yeah. And on top of that, he
Okay.
doesn't limit himself with the cost of construction. And take the Palace of Alcazarzaray as an example. Maybe only a real maniac architect like him, who doesn't care about the costs, could ever build something as amazing as that. So you gotta respect him for that.
Yeah.
But it's probably these kinds of situations that have made him become roommates with I'll Hate Them.
But aren't I'll Hate Them and Kaveh polar opposites? We see them bicker all the time.
About what?
Well, Kaveh thinks that I'll Hate Them lacks feelings for others and always disagrees with his point of view. But like Anjali just said, Kaveh can understand how many people feel, but understanding doesn't always mean agreement.
Right. Yeah, I think we're starting to understand Kaveh's character a little better now. So next we can move on to some of his talents.
Yeah, for sure. As an architect, Kaveh can help everyone save some materials when creating
Yay.
furnishings. And his mapping
Absolutely
abilities
love that,
might
you
come in
know.
handy during battle. As a unique and
so
creative
bad.
designer, Kaveh must always bring
Nobody
tools
wants
with
that.
him. His toolbox, named Marak, not only provides Kaveh with tools, but also has many interesting uses. For example, Marak's mapping ability allows him to scan the battlefield, causing all dendro cores within a certain AoE to burst immediately.
Nice.
In addition to that, when Marak completely releases its energy, it converts Kaveh's attack damage to dendro damage and increases Kaveh's combat capabilities.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about triggering all those dendro cores at the same time. Kaveh won't be
That's
hurt by them. In fact, one of Kaveh's talents
new
actually
sword.
causes him to recover a set amount of
A
HP
new
when he
claymore.
takes damage from a dendro core.
It's always good to have a reliable partner like that. Changshang always gives Baiju a lot of help too, you know.
Exactly. But Marak is pretty remarkable. It can even wield a sword for Kaveh.
That's a pretty awesome toolbox.
I know, right? Okay, so that should be just about everything we have for Kaveh.
How should I say this?
Okay,
I
that's
think
cool.
his character has more depth than we expected.
Well, he is a distinguished architect from the Nation of Wisdom, so we shouldn't underestimate him.
Yeah, Kaveh will be appearing in the main event for version 3.6, so maybe we give some details about that next?
Oh, okay, I got this one. Our main event for version 3.6 is the Academia Extravaganza. In addition to the variety of celebrations, the event also serves as a chance for the 6 Darshans to compete. The extravaganza consists of 2 main parts, the Wisdom Gala and the Inter-Darshan Championship. In the Wisdom Gala, the 6 Darshans have prepared 6 corresponding activities to show off the style of each respective school. As for the Inter-Darshan Championship, each of the Darshans will be selecting a single member to represent their school in a large competition.
Don't quite remember what Vahumana does.
So maybe we can talk about some gameplay that travelers can expect to see. It sounds like we'll be
Like
getting
all
a
of them, I
total
don't
of
really know.
6 different game modes this time. That's a lot.
Yeah, each of the 6 Darshans will be compiling their research to provide fun mini-games for everyone to enjoy. For example, Layla's Radawahis Darshan will be setting up an astrolabe used for studying astrology at their booth. When travelers adjust the astrolabe to the appropriate height and angle, the stars on the astrolabe will light up and form a pattern. Look, this time the pattern is a cute little fungus.
Aw, that does look like fun.
Nice.
Here's another one. The scholars from Kasharawar will have a game that displays their understanding of mechanisms and architecture. Travelers will learn how to use the least possible materials to build a road that meets certain requirements within a limited space.
Ooh, I'm already getting a lot of ideas for this one. Okay. It seems travelers will have a lot of freedom to try whatever arrangements they can think of to reach those goals.
Yeah.
Next is Vahumana. They're taking their booth pretty seriously. They will be holding an archaeological activity where travelers will use specialized equipment to detect relic replicas. Travelers will have to carefully observe the surrounding environment as they search, and even eliminate external interference affecting the detectors to find the relic replicas.
Oh, well, this is all very nice, but are there any games where we won't have to go running around as much? I'm lazy.
Yes, there's something for everyone in these game modes. With this one, you can just relax and stay put while you listen to a story. But as you're listening, you also get to ask the storyteller some questions. If you're able to ask and uncover some key information, then you'll receive some clues to lead you to the truth of the story.
Very mysterious.
Spontamod, on the other hand, is preparing a small combat experiment to put travelers' combat abilities to the test within a set amount of time. Of course, they'll kindly provide a variety of potions to help travelers overcome situations in the experiment.
Awesome.
Very cool. And last but not least is a little bionic experiment set up by Tighnari's Amorta Darshan. Travelers will be able to control replicas of various creatures and command their movement according to a specific rhythm. And that should be everything we have for the Wisdom Gala. So which Darshan's events are you all most excited about?
Oh, you know, Spontamod, because that's what I'm all about. Combat and battle and victory and never losing. Ever. Never
Confident
dying.
are we?
Oh,
Wow. I like the star one. I like stars. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm most excited to listen to a story because I think that's about my speed.
Oh, I get that.
And let's not forget that in addition to the Wisdom Gala, we still have the Inter-Darshan Championship. This is a contest of wisdom and courage, and you won't want to miss seeing which Darshan is able to claim the title of champion.
Very cool. Oh, and there is one more thing to mention here. Layla's very own
Oh,
hangout
neat.
quest will be arriving with version 3.6,
I
so
forgot about
be
that.
sure not to miss it. Okay, that's all.
Yay, we get to hang out with Layla.
Awesome.
Layla.
Excited to check it out.
Okay, and our next event will also be taking place in Sumeru. Waynute activity has suddenly been on the rise, and the academia is dispatching researchers to respond to the problem.
This time, we'll be helping scholars clear the desert of obstructions, assemble the Waynute Slayer cannon, and repel the Wandering Waynute.
The Waynute
God.
Slayer Cannon, huh? Wow, yeah, that's quite the name.
As its name implies, it's very effective against Waynute. Our task will be to clear out any monsters nearby and help with the preparations so the cannon can start attacking. I'm sure our travelers will be able to help handle the situation.
Oh, yeah. We also have one other event for travelers to continue improving their combat abilities. During the challenge, travelers will have to complete 3 consecutive combat rounds. During each round, the system will randomly activate 1 or more of 4 possible effects at set intervals of time.
Oh, so I guess it's safe to say that no 2 rounds will play the same.
I guess not.
Yeah. If the buff you receive happens to synergize with your team composition, then your team will really start to shine. I personally think it's interesting to have these random elements added to the challenge. I feel like it'll bring some fun surprises to the gameplay.
Yeah.
Totally. And these buff effects are all pretty powerful. The travelers should definitely try some different team combinations and see what synergies they can come up with. And also, the Overflowing Mastery event will be returning once again with double
neat.
drops for a limited time to help travelers keep leveling up their characters.
In addition to the
Unfortunately, I don't
events
have
we've
much
already
usage
mentioned,
for that.
there will be one more event taking place in an all-new area. So first, I think we should reveal the new area.
No. But before we do that, let's take a quick break and give another redemption code.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
All right, we'll just.
Oh, but one more note, we'll have some info regarding new artifact sets during the break, so be
Oh,
sure not to miss
yes.
that.
Hello, Evelyn. That's how you say your name. All right, my 2 cents about these artifact sets. I don't really have much to say on the Hydro set. It looks to be good overall. I mean, I just don't know. People say it'll be good for characters like Ayato Child. It could probably work good even on, or people, let's see, people are saying it'll work on just about any damage dealing Hydro unit, so take that with what you will. But it's the second set here that people are saying, oh, it's a Dia artifact set. She's saved. No, she isn't. Because here's the problem that I found and a lot of other people found, that this might be a little bit easier to build Dia with, but at the same time harder. Most of Dia's damage comes from her elemental burst. You need to have as high as elemental burst uptime. So what people have been using has been Emblem of Severed Fate. You know, you get a 20% bonus in energy recharge, as well as if you go all in on energy recharge, you get extra damage bonus to your elemental burst. And since Dia's damage comes from her elemental burst, and her elemental burst damage is elemental burst damage, right? It's not considered to be anything else, and you're just buffing her overall with the Emblem of Severed Fate. And most people will get between 40 and 50% damage bonus from that set by itself. You know, with just a regular build. 50% if you have 200% energy recharge. So then you look at this and you see, oh, plus 20% HP. Fucking Dia scales off of her HP a good bit, so that's base damage bonus, whatever. I don't know how much it affects Dia's kit. As far as the elemental skill and burst damage being increased by 10%, that's a base increase. It's easy to get. When the equipping character takes damage, the elemental skill and burst damage will be increased by 80% for 5 seconds. And the effect stacks 5 times. So you think, wait a minute, 400% damage increase. That's insane. Well, it's not. It's actually 40% on top of the 10% to get a total 50% overall elemental skill and burst damage when you're at max stacks on this set, because it only takes 80% of the 10%, so 8%, 8% like overall, and adds it to the 10%. So with 1 stack, it's 18, 2 stacks, it's 26, yada, 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 all the way up to 50% total elemental skill and burst damage increase. And it's so, like, it's bad. Again, you can achieve that same damage bonus to Dia's elemental burst easier with just 200% energy recharge, and that's not hard to hit. you run an energy recharge weapon alongside an energy recharge fucking, what do you call it? Goblet, and you're good. But that's not her most ideal setup. So you give her her best in slot, or at least a decent weapon, like say a Blacklift Slasher, because the fucking the Serpent Spine doesn't really work, right? Because the Serpent Spine, when you take damage with the Serpent Spine, you lose the extra damage you're getting from the Serpent Spine. It's just a stat stick at that point. Genshin Bestie, hi, hello, welcome to the stream. We're talking about the bullshit artifact sets that are on the screen right now. But yeah, this is not a good replacement for Dia's current kit. If you have a good Emblem of Severed Fate setup on her, you'll be fine. You don't need to change your artifact over to this dedicated set. While it might be a little bit easier to get a little bit more damage out of it, if you really get the ceiling isn't as high. The damage ceiling that you get from this bottom set for Dia won't be as high as what you'd get out of a out of a really good Emblem of Severed Fate. What are those artifacts? They're the new artifact sets that will be coming in version 3.6. And the top one is somewhat decent. It might be a best in slot for a few different characters. I don't quite know for sure. I don't really have that many. I don't have Ayato or Child, and people are saying that this set is going to be pretty good for those two characters. I don't have either of them, so don't know how good it's going to be, and I prefer a more comfortable playstyle. So running Emblem of Severed Fate on both my Xingqiu and Yelan is just a better deal for me. More energy recharge, you get buffed by energy recharge, and you just do more damage with energy recharge, and it's super simple to build. That is with Emblem of Severed Fate. It's pretty good for Child, not gonna lie. Yeah. I don't have Child. I don't like playing Child. Each time he's shown up, it's just been kind of like, yeah, I mean, his elemental skill, when you use it properly, it's really good, but I don't know how to use it properly. I'm not going to try to use it properly. I see numbers, I go burr. Anyways. Bullshittery done. We're gonna check out the new region.
Back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, we are back and ready to show an all-new area being added to the game.
That's right, and I hope you're all as excited as we
wonder
are.
where this is on the map.
This area is located deep in the desert, in the northwest of the desert of Hadramaveth. According to legends, it was one of the main rifts that monsters were emerging from during the Conria disaster 500 years ago.
I can tell.
And the site of a battlefield where God suppressed the power of the abyss.
Oh.
Although it was originally desert, the ecological system has completely changed due to the power of the abyss, and it has become a large, uninhabited area of swamps and wastelands.
I still need to fucking go
you're
through the
saying
story
that, we
that
might be
goes
able
with
to
the new
uncover some
area,
buried
the current
secrets
one.
about Conria there? On second thought, it kinda sounds like it might be dangerous.
Yeah. Luckily, we have some little helpers to assist us in our search. There will be a Pari named Sorush waiting for us that will lend us its abilities, allowing travelers to freely fly across parts of the area and access some locations that would be impossible on foot.
Wait, we'll be able to fly around now?
Yeah, this will be your chance to fulfill your dream, Zach.
Yes!
After helping Sorush recover its power, there will be a small event for travelers to help it continue its training. We'll guide Sorush to drive away enemies, conduct speed training, and complete puzzles, so be sure to check it out. Travelers may also encounter a new enemy
Looks
during
like
their
I have to
journey
go
in
through
version
that
3.6, the
story.
Iniquitous Baptist. Its abilities include using multiple elements in battle and creating shields for corresponding elements to reduce damage. It definitely looks like it'll be a formidable enemy.
That's not all. We have 2 more interesting enemies that travelers will encounter. The Animo and Hydro Hilichurl rogues. These Hilichurls are wandering across Teyvat and
Look
do
fucking
not belong
sick.
to any particular Hilichurl tribe. Sometimes they assist other Hilichurls or tribes in need of help, and they also have a unique combat style.
Even though it seems this place is full of new dangers, that still won't stop the traveler from bringing new hope to the region. Some clues related to Conria are also
Fucking
waiting to be
huge.
uncovered here, so it's definitely worth exploring. And last but not least, in version 3.6, the legendary Dragon of Verdure, Apep, will appear. The Dragon of Verdure was once an emerald green dragon that ruled Sumeru, but its color later changed to that of yellow sand. Recently, it seems to be suffering from some kind of illness. Travelers will be making their way to the Dendro Dragon's habitat to face it in battle, so we must be very careful. The battle will be split into 3 phases. An interesting part to take note of is that in the second phase of the fight, travelers will need to protect the Dendro Dragon from monsters in order to prevent the dragon's illness from getting any worse.
Huh.
Wait, what?
That's different.
Yes, and in the third phase, the Dendro Dragon will unleash some extremely powerful attacks, so travelers will need to be careful to avoid
Yeah,
those.
this is a
Oh yeah.
weekly
At
boss.
this point, we don't
if I
know
caught
what
that
the
correctly.
Dendro Dragon has been through and what exactly caused it to change into its current twisted form. Perhaps we'll get some more answers after we've faced it in battle.
Yeah.
The dragon has a close connection with Sumeru's history and gods. Going into its lair and determining what's causing its current condition is an important task and will be helpful to
Neat
the
little
entire
color
nation
scheme
of
it's got.
Sumeru. So, if you'd like to learn more about the Dendro Dragon, then be sure to check out Chapter 2 of Nahida's story quest.
Oh, for sure. I think there'll be a lot of interesting things for travelers to learn in this one, so be sure to look forward to it.
Absolutely.
So the trend with second act of characters that we've gotten so far, it's only been applied to the Archons. Zhongli and A have gotten 2 acts of their story quest, and usually in the second act it will detail something that has happened in their past. With Zhongli, it addressed Ajdaha, who Ajdaha was. Hello, Titan. How are you today? But with Zhongli's second story quest, we got to meet Ajdaha, who Ajdaha was, and Ajdaha's story itself. And we were able to ask the question of what happened during the Cataclysm, but since Zhongli is kind of tight-lipped about it because of a contract that he has made, we don't know with whom that he has made the contract with, but we know that he knows. We think that he probably knows a lot of stuff about what happened in the Cataclysm. But due to his own principles and beliefs, he just can't say anything. He can't break that contract. And with her story, her situation was that she wasn't there. She was stuck in Inazuma for the Cataclysm and only got not necessarily got whatever I was about to say, but was playing the role as the defender of Inazuma. She had to defend Inazuma from the monsters, as there was really nothing that was popping up within Inazuma that would cause an immediate threat. It was outside Conrian or monster forces that were coming to Inazuma to cause a problem. So Inazuma was kind of caught in the crossfire of that one, and they are a victim. We don't know. Like, we still don't know what caused the Cataclysm, and I think there will be a part after the Conria arc. Yeah. Like, we just don't know who caused it, but we do know that Inazuma was just attacked out of random during the Cataclysm. So A was the protector of Inazuma for that time, while Makoto was dealing with the Cataclysm directly in Conria. And we got to see A's perspective of what happened during the Cataclysm and what she has to deal with now, which is she's still grieving the loss of all her friends and her only family, you know. She's still grieving, but it seems that her second story quest allowed her to process the grief more properly. But yeah, A didn't have much information for us because she just simply wasn't there in Conria to know what actually happened. Now, Nahida getting a second story quest is a little bit strange for me. I wasn't necessarily expecting this, considering that her story is pretty much explained. I think the second act is to just straight up introduce us to the new boss. That is it. There's nothing really extra special about it. I am curious on what's going to be in it, but it is going to take me a long time to get to it, as I am backed up on other story quests, as well as I just don't have much time anymore, considering that I do have a part-time job. So yeah, those are just my sort of 2 cents. I'm still waiting for Venti's second story quest. He still needs it. We still need his perspective on what happened during the Cataclysm. I wonder how he would answer the question. And yeah. Anyways, let's just continue.
And that's about all we have for new content in the upcoming version. But before we wrap things up, we have an announcement regarding Genshin Impact's music. The second album for the Sumeru region, titled The Unfathomable Sand Dunes, will also be releasing soon.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I love the Sumeru region music.
Yeah, I do too. This album is comprised of 3 discs, compiling all the original music that the Hoyo Mix team created for the Sumeru region, spanning versions 3.1 to 3.6.
Okay, this is super cool. I'm super excited.
Yeah. Be sure and pick that up.
I'm hyped.
Right, so let's watch a trailer of the new OST and give our final redemption code of the day.
I was not expecting that this would be the song that they would choose. Alright. Last redemption code. See what else they have to say.
Spending more time with Nahida in her new story quest chapter, and confronting the new Dendro dragon.
Yeah, they aren't going to say much. So I think that pretty much wraps up the special program reaction. I've already said what I wanted to say at the times that they popped up. It seems to be kind of a filler update. I almost can't want to liken it to version 1.5, where nothing much really happens. Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've just not really wanted to play games, or not found the motivation to play much of Genshin, right? Or any game in that matter. I've been focused on other things. One of them being is my RC stuff. I just rebuilt this. Just finished rebuilding this Techno EB 48.4. Getting it ready for this summer. And yeah. I won't be streaming the release of version 3.6. There's not much that I would be able to do on stream. As you all may or may not know, I really only stream the story content, the voiced story content, that is. So, like, Archon quests, that's definitely a main priority. Whenever those get released, I try to stream as soon as possible, and get my own reaction out there as soon as possible, because it brings me views. Oh. When it featured events as well as character story quests, I try to do those as well. Though I have been lacking on getting the story quests out. I have a backlog of, I think, 4 story quests. Do we have Sino, Nilu, Alhaitham, and Dia? Yeah. So like 4 different story quests that I have yet to do, and it's going to take me a little bit to get to them. Soon it'll even be Nahida's story, second act of the story quest. And yeah, I still have much to explore of the 3.5 desert region that we got. Or was that 3.4? That's 3.4. Yeah, I haven't explored that to its fullest. And I've actually decided to take my time on the story quest itself, because I did get a little bit invested with the Sumeru Desert storyline. It's really interesting. But yeah, it'll take me a while to get to the character quests. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say. So I'll go ahead and wrap this all up. Hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content for my channel. I really would appreciate it. And while you're at it, why don't you hit that notification bell? That way you guys get notified for every time I upload or go live. I really do appreciate it. While you're subscribing, feel free to hit the notification bell. That way you guys get notified every time I upload or go live. I think I've already said that. Like, I am so fucking... I'm distracting myself. Yeah. So, like, subscribe, notification bell. Go check out my buddy's channels, NGG Sonic and NGG Crispy. Without them, none of this would really be possible. And I really can't thank them enough. And yeah. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.